जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज विहारी।
जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज विहारी।
गोपी जन वल्लभा जय गिरिवराधारी। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजना।
यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजना।
यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजना। यमुना तीरवनचारी जय कुंज विहारी।
यमुना तीरवनचारी जय कुंज विहारी।
जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज विहारी। गोपी जन वल्लभा जय गिरिवराधारी।
गोपी जन वल्लभा जय गिरिवराधारी।
यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजना। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजना।
यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजना।
यमुना तीरवनचारी जय कुंज विहारी।
यमुना तीरवनचारी कुंज विहारी।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Narayan Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jayam Udirayet Nashtaprayesha Badreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshadharine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Welcome to everyone. Today we are going to discuss the third chapter of the first canto. The chapters, it is little long, so we'll discuss only one portion, first portion. The second half we'll discuss in the next session, otherwise it will take more time. In this chapter, third chapter, Sutta Goswami is explaining about the Purushavatara and Leelavatara. The sages of Naimisharanya put forward 6 questions in the first chapter. The fourth question was, please explain about the Purushavatara of the Lord. The fifth question was, they wanted to know about the Leelavatara of the Lord. So both Sutta Goswami is explaining in this chapter. There are 3 Purusha features of the Lord in this material world. The first is Mahavishnu or Karnoda Kashai Vishnu. Second, Garbhoda Kashai Vishnu. Third is Shirodaka Shai Vishnu. These are 3 Vishnus. In the beginning of creation, Mahavishnu or Karnoda Kashai Vishnu was lying on the causal ocean, Karna ocean. While he was lying, he just glanced at the material nature. The material nature at once started creating innumerable universes. After creating innumerable universes, Mahavishnu entered in each and every universe as Garbhoda Kashai Vishnu. From his navel, the stem of lotus flower started sprouting. On the top of the lotus flower, Lord Brahma was born. When he was born, he did not know. It was dark, everything. He wanted to find out the source of his existence and the purpose of his existence. Then he underwent a tapasya for 100 years. Then he understood that Lord Vishnu has created him. For what purpose? To create progeny, fill this universe with jivas. Lord Brahma accepted the post of creator. Is in charge for creation. Work means generally it is in the mode of Rajoguna. Is in charge of the mode of Rajoguna. Is the engineer of this universe or the CMD of this universe. From him Lord Shiva was born, who became in charge of mode of ignorance. Lord Shiva destroyed the creation by the will of the Lord. Lord Vishnu accepted the position of a maintainer of the world. So Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu, Lord Shiva are the incarnations of Garbhoda Kashai Vishnu. The expansion of Garbhoda Kashai Vishnu is a Shiroda Kashai Vishnu. He is the super soul of all the jivas in this material world. Whereas Garbhoda Kashai Vishnu is the Lord of the entire universe, is the soul of the universe. Whereas Shiroda Kashai Vishnu is the super soul of all the jivas in this world. All the incarnations comes from Shirada Kashaya Vishnu. There are many incarnations of Lord which are innumerable. Among few of them are prominent, like Matsya, Varaha, Vamana, Narsimha, Rama. These are the prominent incarnation of the Lord. It's called Leela incarnation of the Lord. These are the called Leela incarnation of the Lord. And Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva and Vishnu are the Gunavatara of Lord Garbhoda Kashaya Vishnu. Apart from this, there are many avatars called Shaktya Avesha Avatara. When the Jiva was empowered by Lord, is called Shaktya Avesha Avatara. Then next to Sutta Goswami, after explaining about Purusha Avatara, is going to explain about Leela Avatara. Lord, it's explained this chapter around 21 incarnations which are prominent among innumerable incarnations. The first incarnations of the Lord is 4 Kumaras. Lord Brahma begot these 4 Kumaras first. They are oldest among all the living creatures, the 4 Kumaras after Lord Brahma. After taking birth, they want to practice austerity, tapasya. Therefore, they remained celibate right from the birth. They remained like a 4 or 5 year old boys throughout their life. Why? Because when one grows, when he becomes youth, naturally the sex desire, the sex impulse will torture the jiva, particularly male. So they don't want to grow up. They want to remain a child, because a child, 5-year-old boy will not get attracted when he sees opposite sex. He will not indulge in thinking about enjoying sense object. Therefore, the Kumaras remain a 5-year-old boys. Although they are the oldest among all, nevertheless they remain like a 5-year-old boys. Although in the beginning they were Brahman realist souls, they were absorbed in the Brahman conception of the absolute truth. Later on, they took up the path of devotional service. Lord Brahma requested his 4 sons named Sanaka, Sanatana, Sanatana, Sanat Kumara. The 4 Kumaras' name. Brahma requested, my dear sons, please get married and beget children, produce children. So it's a duty of Brahma to fill this universe with the population. It's a creator. But these 4 sons denied the request of the father. They expressed their unwillingness to produce children. Why? Because they were attached to Vasudeva. They were attached to Lord. Therefore, they don't want to get entangled in the matter of begetting children. Getting entangled in the matter of begetting children. How they can refuse the order of their father? One may question. Brahma is the creator and the 4 Kumaras' father. How can children disobey the order of father? One may put forward the question. The answer is, if anyone is attached to Vasudeva Parayana, anyone who is Vasudeva Parayana, one who is a devotee of Lord Vasudeva, one who is attached to the service of Lord Vasudeva, is not obliged to follow anybody, including one's father and mother. It is enjoined in the Shastras. Devarishi Bhutatma Nirunam Pitrinam Nakinkronayam Rinicharajan Sarvatma Ya Sharanam Sharanyam Gato Mukundu Pariyartha Kartum. Anyone who has given up all his occupational duties, all ordinary duties, and taken shelter of Vasudeva, Mukunda. Mukunda is the one who awards liberation, Mukti. And he alone should be taken shelter of. If anyone who has taken shelter of Mukunda by giving up all the material duties is not obliged to anybody. Neither Devas nor Rishis. Devrishi, Bhuta, Atma means other living entities, father, mother, ancestors. You need not to follow anyone. Anyone who has surrendered to Lord Krishna, need not to follow anyone's instruction. Therefore, there is nothing wrong on the part of four Kumaras to refuse the order of Brahma. A son can refuse the order of father for higher purpose. There is nothing wrong on the part of a son. These four Kumaras were the Shaktya Avesha Avatara, empowered incarnation of the Lord. They belong to Jiva Tattva. Second incarnation is called Varaha. Lord accepted the form of a boar, Varaha, for the purpose of lifting the Mother Earth from the nether region of the universe. Once all the planets are revolving in its own orbit, once upon a time Mother Earth fell from its orbit, fell down, and it was lying under the bottom of the universe. So Lord Vishnu appeared as Varaha to lift Mother Earth and placed in its position, in its orbit. For every incarnation, there is a particular function is given the Shastras. Lord appears in certain form to fulfill certain things, certain purpose. Therefore, Lord appeared. There are two times Lord appeared as a boar. One is just at the beginning of Swayambhuva Manu period, and once again Lord appeared during Chakrusha Manvantara period, that's 6th Manvantara. During 6th Manvantara, the powerful demon called Hiranyaksha, brother of Hiranyakashipu, was so powerful, he dislocated earth from its orbit and threw into the Garbhodaka ocean, underneath the Garbhodaka ocean. Lord appeared as a boar and lifted Mother Earth from the Garbhodaka ocean and placed in its orbit. Then after that, he fought with the demon Hiranyaksha and killed Hiranyaksha. And third incarnation, Lord appeared as Narada. Brahma first he created four Kumaras. When they refused to beget children, Lord Brahma became very angry. As a result of his anger, Lord Shiva was born from his forehead. Then after that, he begot 10 sons, headed by Marichi, Atri, Angira, Pulastya, Polha, Bhrigu, Kritau. Next is Daksha, Narada. Vashishta, Daksha, Narada. 10th son. Narada collected the exposition of Vedas, which particularly deals about the devotional service. He is the author of Narada Pancharatra system, which is the collection of all things which deals with the devotional service. By practicing this Pancharatraka Vidhi system, one can gain liberation. become free from the bondage. The system encourages karmis how to achieve liberation from the material bondage. Narada Muni was a spiritual master of even Vyasadeva, who is a compiler of all Vedas, Upanishad, Puranas. Not only is a spiritual master of Vyasa, even he is a spiritual master of great personalities like Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruva Maharaj, and Mrigari, Valmiki, and sons of Daksha. Daksha, during the 6th Manvantara, he wanted to beget children, and he was one of the Prajapatis, Daksha. His business to fill the universe with the jivas. So he begot 10,000 sons, and he instructed all 10,000 sons, go and perform tapasya, get the blessings of the Lord. After that, you can beget children, create progeny. So this 10,000 sons of Daksha Prajapati went to forest to perform tapasya. They were undergoing severe austerities for the purpose of begetting children. Narada Muni came there and saw, and felt compassion for these sons of Dakshas. These people have been performing tapasya not for getting liberation, just for the sake of creating children. Therefore, Narada Muni instructed the sons of Daksha, 10,000 sons of Daksha. The purpose of tapasya is not to become a father. The purpose of tapasya is to get liberation. Please don't get entangled in the so-called family life. Be a sannyasi, become a sannyasi. So all the 10,000 sons of Daksha took the renounced order of life, followed the order of Narada Muni, gave up the order of Daksha. When Daksha came to know that all his sons became sannyasis, became very upset, very disturbed. Then again he begot 1,000 sons and gave the same order. Please go and perform tapasya, beget children. Again they were doing tapasya. Narada Muni came again and told, please don't perform tapasya for the sake of begetting children. You follow your elder brother's path. They all become mendicants. You also become mendicant. The real goal of life is to go back to the Godhead, not to get entangled in the process of creation. So Narada Muni instructed the 1,000 sons of Daksha once again. They all become sannyasis. Daksha became very angry, and he cursed Narada, you rascal, you spoiled all my attempt. Therefore I curse you that although you can travel anywhere, nevertheless you cannot have any fixed residence. You cannot stay anywhere more than few days. You will not have any fixed residence. Narada Muni accepted the curse happily, although he was powerful enough to counter curse Daksha Prajapati, but he did not do so. Why? Because he was a devotee. He did not want to curse Prajapati Daksha. He accepted the curse as a blessing of the Lord. Therefore, he could freely travel anywhere. He would not stay in one place. Simply keep on going to one place after another place, just for the sake of delivering the fallen souls. He is also Shaktya Avesha Avatara, empowered incarnation. The fourth incarnation, Lord appeared as Naranarayana, the twins of Dharma, twin sons of Dharma and Murti. Dharma was the son of Lord Brahma. Murti was the daughter of Daksha. They got married and begot twins, Narayana Rishi. They have been undergoing tapasya. For what purpose? To control the senses. They were incarnated to teach how to control the senses. Before reciting Bhagavatam, one should offer respect to even Narayana Rishi. Therefore, we always offer obeisance to Narayana. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam. Nara Uttama. The Naranarayana is the best of human being. Before reciting Bhagavatam, one should offer obeisance to Lord Narayana, then Naranarayana, then goddess of learning, Mother Saraswati, and Vyasadeva, who is the author of Srimad Bhagavatam. The Saktyavisha Avatara means is also Shaktyavisha Avatara, who Narayana Rishi. When the Jiva is empowered by the Lord to perform specific task, is called Shaktya Avesha Avatara. In this avatara of Narayana Rishi, he performed the task of performing tapasya to control the senses. And they have been undergoing austerity even now for the sake of the welfare of the entire world. What is this Shaktya Avesha Avatara? For example, there is a CMD of an organization. He can empower one of the director of the organization or a GM of the organization if there is no director. On behalf of, it's called, he will give the power of attorney to the director to perform specific duties on his behalf, on the behalf of CMD. He can sign, the director can sign on any MOU or any documents on behalf of CMD because he has got the power of attorney for particular purpose. Similarly, a Jiva is assigned for a particular purpose and Lord gives the power to the Jiva to perform this particular task. He is called Shaktya Avesha Avatara. This Narayana Rishi does not belong to Vishnu Tattva. Kumaras, Narada, Narayana Rishi, Vyasadeva, they do not belong to Vishnu Tattva. They belong to Jiva Tattva. Then fifth incarnation. Lord accepted incarnation of Lord Kapila as a son of Mother Devahuti and Kardama. Kardama was the son of Lord Brahma and Devahuti was one of the daughters of Swayambhuva Manu. Manu had two sons, Uttanapada and Prevrata, and three daughters, Akuti, Prasuti and Devahuti. Devahuti got married to Kardama and they begot 9 daughters and 1 son, that is Kapila, Lord Kapila. Lord Kapila propounded the philosophy called Sankhya philosophy. And he taught this philosophy to Asuri Brahmana. In due course of time, the knowledge was lost. Lord Kapila taught to the highest yoga, that is Sankhya Yoga, which relates the Supreme Lord and the Jivas. By practicing this yoga, one can gain detachment from material happiness because he can attain perfection, spiritual perfection. In this material world, if we try to enjoy material happiness, we'll also get suffering. For example, one wants to drink a milk. By drinking milk, he can keep the body fit. For that, he has to bring the cow and he has to maintain the cow. He has to take the trouble of maintaining the cow just for the sake of drinking a milk. To maintain the cow, he requires the field that produces green, means lot of grass, because cow requires grass to eat. Then it can give milk. Then he has to purchase a land that will produce grass. Then after purchasing the land, he requires one person to maintain that land. Then he has to get married for that. After getting married, to maintain his wife, then he has to build a house. Like that goes on. So, if you want to enjoy something in this material world, we have to suffer. It's the law of this material world. When one enjoys material happiness, and he has to undergo suffering also. The Kapila taught the system of yoga which ends put an end to all the material happiness and distress. Why? When one attain the spiritual happiness which is transcendental to the material happiness and distress, he can enjoy everlastingly. That philosophy Kapila Muni spoke. It's called Sankhya philosophy. Then sixth, Lord incarnate as Dattatreya. Datta Atri. Atri is one of the sons of Lord Brahma. He got married to Anasuya, daughter of Devahuti, one of the daughter of Devahuti. The Anasuya underwent tapasya. It is stated in the Brahmanda Purana. She offered a prayer to Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu, Lord Shiva, and said to all three of them, I wish all of you join together, combine together to become my son. So Lord Vishnu, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva combined together to become son of Atri, Anasuya, Atri and Anasuya. Therefore it's called Dattatreya, son of Atri. It's called Dattatreya. He taught the science of Atma to Alarka, Prahlada and Yadu. Next one, seventh incarnation. It's called Yajna. Lord appeared as Yajna. Swayambhu had a daughter, Akuti, one of the daughters of three daughters, Akuti, Prasuti, Devahuti. Akuti got married to Prajapati Ruchi. He is also son of Lord Brahma. They begot Yajna. What is his role? To maintain this world, different demigods are empowered. Just like to maintain this country. We have a Prime Minister, Home Minister, Defense Minister, Finance Minister, and so many other ministers are there. Because in order to maintain this country, we require all the powerful people. So to occupy this post, ordinary person cannot occupy the post of Defense Minister or Finance Minister. One must have gone experience. Similarly, to occupy the post of demigods who are the maintainer of the entire universe, one must have qualification. Only highly pious living entity can occupy the post of Brahma, Indra, Saptarishis, other demigods post. Sometimes when there is no one is qualified to occupy the post of Brahma or Lord Shiva, Brahma or Indra, at the time Lord himself incarnates and occupy the post of either Lord Brahma or Indra. So Yajna was born because at the time during the Swayambhu Manu period, there was no one qualified to occupy the post of Indra. Therefore, Lord Vishnu incarnated as incarnated as a son of Ruchi and Akuti to occupy the post. He was called Yajna. Then next is Rishabhadeva. Eighth incarnation of the Lord is Rishabhadeva. Rishabhadeva was the son of Maharaja Nabi and Meru Devi. Both Nabi and Meru Devi, they underwent a lot of tapasyas. Nabi, a king, he was son of Agnidhara. Agnidhara was the son of Priyavrata. Priyavrata was the son of Swayambhu Manu. Coming in the exalted family, he also performed many sacrifices to please the Lord. Many Brahmanas assisted King Nabi to perform sacrifice. Being pleased with sacrifice performed by King Nabi, Lord Vishnu appeared. And all of them offered their prayers to Lord Vishnu. The priests who were performing sacrifice, they also offered prayers to Lord Vishnu and prayed for a son like Lord Vishnu. And no one can become like a god. Therefore, Lord Vishnu said, I myself appear as your son. Therefore, Lord appeared. Lord appeared as the son of King Nabi and Merudevi. After he took birth, he started growing. He liked all the citizens. Citizens also liked Rishabhadeva because of having his good qualities. He attracted all the people. Like Ramachandra, he attracted all the citizens of Ayodhya by his gentle qualities, wonderful qualities. Similarly, Rishabhadeva also attracted the citizens by his exalted qualities. All the ministers, the government officials liked Rishabhadeva. When Maharaja Nabi saw that his son is attracting all the people, and he thought, better let me enthrone my son as the emperor of this world. Then he made Rishabhadeva as the emperor of the world and went to Bhatrikashrama, who Nabi and his wife Merudevi, and they worshipped Narayana Rishi and achieved perfection and went to Vaikuntha Loka. Even now, Narayana Rishi and Vyasadeva have been undergoing tapasya in the Himalaya for the welfare of the entire world. Once Prabhupada was going for a morning walk. At the time, Prabhupada was explaining about Vyasadeva and Narayana Rishi or in Himalaya. After hearing this, a devotee started asking, Prabhupada, why can't they join ISKCON? Who? Vyasadeva and Narayana Rishi, to join ISKCON and preach the cult of devotion service. Prabhupada said, they have given chance for you to do that work. Otherwise, how you will get purification? They have given the books. Is it not enough for us? Devotee said, yes, it's enough for us. So this Narayana Rishi, they have been undergoing tapasya. Meru Devi and Nabi went there and took their association and achieved perfection, went back to Godhead, Vaikuntha Loka. Then after Rishabhadeva, he became an emperor and he started performing many sacrifices to please Lord. He performed all the duties of the king nicely. Then he had 100 sons headed by Bharat Maharaj. He instructed 100 sons headed by Bharat Maharaj about the goal of human life. What is that way? He said the purpose of human life. Rishabhadeva started explaining his 100 sons headed by Bharat Maharaj. The living entities who have accepted this material bodies, one who has been awarded this human form of life. Nayam deho dehe bhajan nirloke kashtanu kaman harvate vidbhuchame tapodivyam putrakayana sattvam shuddhyet ismat brahmasokyam tanantam. He said, my dear sons, of all the jivas who have accepted this material body, one who is awarded this human form of life should not work day night to enjoy sense gratification. It is available even for the hawks and dogs. One need not work hard to enjoy senses. Hawks are also enjoying senses. That's available for hawks. What is the purpose of human life? The purpose of human life is to undergo tapasya, perform austerity. For what purpose? To purify one's existence, purify one's consciousness. What's the result of purifying our consciousness? One can enjoy Brahma Sukha, which is eternal. Once our consciousness is purified, freed from all the contamination, then one can enjoy the eternal happiness. The purpose of human life is to purify one's existence in order to achieve the eternal happiness. These are the most important instructions Lord Rishabhadeva gave to his children. He taught the path of perfection. How one can achieve this path of perfection? By controlling the senses. This entire human society is divided into 8 divisions. Varna Ashrama. It's called Varna Ashrama. 4 Varnas and 4 Ashramas. This entire humanity is divided into 4 Varna and 4 Ashrama. The Varna, 4 divisions of Varna called Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. This is the occupational duty. And Ashrama, Brahmachari, Grahastha, Vanaprastha and Sannyasa. This meant for cultural advancement. One can make advancement systematically, progressively. Brahmachari, Grahastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasa. Sannyasa is the highest order among this Varnashrama. He is the spiritual master. Sannyasa is spiritual master for all the people. Therefore, the goal of human life is to reach that highest stage, to go back home, back to Godhead. This is the teachings of Lord Rishabhadeva, how one can attain perfection. The next is Prithu Maharaj. Who is Prithu? There was a king called Anga. He was a descendant of Dhruva Maharaj. Anga had a son named Vena. This boy was cruel by nature, very vicious by nature. He was envious of others. He would give trouble to others unnecessarily, although he was a small boy. Father tried to rectify him. Many times he attempted. His son would not follow his instruction, would completely disobey. In spite of all his attempt, he could not reform his son named Vena. Then he thought, what is this? I am trying, I am the king. My son should be a spotless person, then only can rule the kingdom. But I got such kind of person. Was day and night he was contemplating, he was feeling very sad, dejected, depressed. One day he thought, better let me give up this kingdom and go to forest. All of a sudden, one night he got up and went to forest. Next day morning, all the people got up, the king is not there. They tried to search for the king, they could not get him. Meanwhile, the kingdom is without a king. The Brahmanas thought, now what to do? Brahmanas thought, what to do now? Without kingdom, without king, the kingdom will be filled with rooks and thieves. And the citizens will not feel safe in the hands of rooks and thieves. So therefore they thought, let us install the son of Anga, Vena, as the king. Although the Brahmanas knew very well this person is unqualified Nevertheless, they made him as a king. A king, Anga, although he felt sad for his son, nevertheless he was convinced. In one sense, having a good son is a fortune. At the same time, it's most unfortunate situation. Why? If a father has got a very obedient son, very gentle son, father and mother naturally get attached to such kind of people, such kind of children. One who is very humble by nature, very obedient to father command, and they execute immediately without any hesitation. So when a son does all things, father and mother will get very much attached to those children. And whenever they go and meet others, they'll explain about their children. They'll become their children conscious, not Krishna conscious. We can see this one. Parents, sometimes they always glorify their children, their activities, not Krishna's activities. So, Anga thought, having a bad son is far better than having good son. Why? Good son will create attachment, whereas a bad son will create a detachment. So he completely gave up the attachment for his bad son and completely absorbed in Krishna, and he went back home, back to Godhead. This Vena became the king, and the Brahmana started instructing the king Vena how to rule the world. But he would not agree to follow the instruction of Brahmanas. Rather, he would impose his own rule. He would impose his own rule and told all the citizens, you should not worship Vishnu. He is not your maintainer. I am your maintainer. I am the king. I am the maintainer of you people. Therefore, you are supposed to worship me, not Vishnu. When the Brahmanas thought this fellow is doing something nonsense, creating disturbance, we thought this fellow can give some, this King Vena can protect the citizens. That's what we thought. Now, it's a source of unhappiness for all the citizens. He's not fit to be a king. The Brahmanas, they thought, let us kill the king. By chanting the Vedic mantras, they killed King Vena. At the same time, they want to have the king. There is no king to protect the citizens. All of them, all the Brahmanas, pray to Lord Vishnu. Oh Lord, please incarnate yourself to protect the citizens. Due to the prayers of Brahmanas, Lord Vishnu accepted the position of a king. Is called Prithu Maharaj. Prithu was born from the body of King Vena. By chanting the body of King Vena, Prithu was born. Prithu followed the rules and regulations perfectly. And he followed the order of Brahmanas exactly. As a king has to follow the advice of the Brahmanas. Therefore, citizens were very happy during the reign of Prithu Maharaj. Prithu Maharaj, he got many things from the Mother Earth. Many produces for the citizens. Therefore, citizens were very happy because they got all the food grains from Mother Earth. And even Mother Earth becomes very beautiful, very attractive due to the rulings of Maharaja Prithu. Because he followed the instruction of Brahmanas, everyone was happy during his reign. He offered wonderful prayers to Brahmanas. Oh, great personalities, I beg the blessings of all of you upon me, that I may carry always the dust of the lotus feet of Brahmanas and Vaishnavas on my crown till the end of my life. Why? if anyone carries the dust of the Brahmanas and the Vaishnavas, he will become free from all sinful reactions and he will acquire all the good qualities of saintly people. In other words, if one does not follow the instruction of Brahmanas and the Vaishnavas, the king may wear helmet. It's simply burden on his head. Similarly, if the chief executives of the state, if they do not follow the instruction of Brahmanas and the Vaishnavas, they simply unwanted burden for the society. The unwanted burden of the state. Because people cannot derive any benefit from such kind of people. People cannot derive such kind of benefit from this heads of the state who do not follow the direction of Brahmanas and the Vaishnavas. So Maharaja Prithu accepted, the Lord accepted the position of the king in order to rule the world properly. Even Prithu Maharaja belonged to Jiva Tattva. He is the empowered incarnation. The next is fish, Matsya, 10th incarnation is Matsya. This Matsya appeared, Lord appeared as Matsya twice. During Swayambhu Manu, beginning of the Swayambhu Manu period and at the end of Chakshusha Manvantara period. During the beginning of Swayambhu Manu, in fact, previous Kalpa, that there was a demon called Ayagriva. He snatched the Vedas from Lord Brahma. Therefore, Lord appeared as a fish and killed that demon and retrieved the Vedas. This is the first time he appeared, just before beginning of the Swayambhu Manu Manvantara. Second time he appeared at the end of the Chakshusha Manvantara, the entire world was filled with water. At that time, Lord appeared as a fish in order to protect the king Satyavrata. Later, Satyavrata became Vaivasatu Manu. Vaivasata Manu, that is called current Manu, existing Manu. He became the son of sun god, Vivaswan. His name is called Shraddha Deva. Current Manu, Vaivasatu Manu name is Shraddha Deva. The 11th incarnation, Kurma incarnation, tortoise incarnation. Lord appeared as a tortoise in order to serve as a pivot for the mantra mountain when it was being churned by both the demons and demigods. Why they started churning? Why the demons and demigods started churning mantra mountain? For what purpose? Once Lord Indra was cursed by Durvasa Muni. As a result of this curse, Indra became bereft of all his opulence. Why Indra was cursed by Durvasa Muni? One day Durvasa Muni was walking on the road. He saw Indra was sitting on his elephant and he also was going. Being pleased with Indra, Durvasa Muni, he was wearing garland. And he took the garland and gave it to Lord Indra out of respect. Indra, he was puffed up due to his opulence. Instead of taking the garland given by Brahmana, Durvasa, instead of putting on his head, rather he placed on the trunk of his elephant. He put on the trunk of his elephant. The elephant did not know the value of this garland. The elephant dropped the garland in between the two legs and started crushing the elephant with his legs. Seeing this, Durvasa Muni felt insulted at the behavior of Indra. Therefore he cursed, "O Indra, you be bereft of all your opulence." To become rich also, it's a dangerous sometime. Why? Because they do not know when one becomes wealthy, very rich, They do not know how to respect a Brahmana, how to respect a Vaishnava. They find fault with great personalities like a Brahmana and a Vaishnava. As a result, they will lose everything. If anyone insults a Brahmana or Vaishnava, he will become bereft of all the opulence. He will lose his wealth, knowledge, beauty, even you will lose his duration of life. This can happen to even Indra. When the person is too much wealthy, the wealth makes him blind. This can happen to a person like Indra, who is the king of the heavenly planet. Then what to speak of people, ordinary people on this earth? One should be very, very cautious. Because Indra was cursed by Durvasa Muni, demons waged a war against demigods. Both of them started fighting. Demigods lost the war. Many of the demigods were killed. Then demigods, they all assembled. They started discussing what to do next. All of them came to the conclusion, let us go to Lord Brahma. All of them went to Sumeru mountain and offered obeisance to Lord Brahma. They explained their problem to Lord Brahma. After hearing this problem, then Lord Brahma took all the demigods to the abode of Lord Vishnu and offered prayers to satisfy Lord Vishnu. Then Lord, being pleased with the demigods' prayer, Lord Vishnu appeared there. Then even demigods could not see the Lord. Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva could see the Lord. Then Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva offered prayers to Lord Vishnu. Being pleased with the prayers of Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, then Lord Vishnu addressed the demigods. O demigods, I advise you for your own good. No, you go and make a peace proposal to demons. Make a truce. Both of you join together and chain the milk ocean to produce nectar. Produce nectar. And you have a dealings with the demons. Whatever nectar is produced, equally share among yourself. And use Mantra mountain as a churning rod. Use Vasuki, serpent, as a rope to churn the milk ocean. And Lord Vishnu advised the demigods, while churning, there will be poison. There will be poison. Don't be afraid of the poison. Lord Shiva will drink that poison. At the same time, while churning, there are many attractive things will be produced. Don't get attracted to all the things. After instructing demigods, Lord Vishnu disappeared. Then the demigods went to Bali Maharaj, because Bali Maharaj was the king of demons, and he proposed this idea. Let us join together. We'll churn the milk ocean to get nectar, and let us equally share this nectar among ourselves. Bali Maharaj liked this idea. Both the demigods and demons went to the place, and they were bringing Mantrachala mountain. Because Lord Vishnu told, use the Mantrachala mountain as a churning rod. And they brought, while bringing this Mantrachala mountain, it's too heavy. They could not carry. And many demigods and demons were crushed due to a heavy weight of this Mantrachala mountain. They left the Mantrachala mountain. Then Lord Vishnu saw this. He came with his Garuda and took Mantra mountain and placed on the Garuda, and revived all the demons and the demigods who were crushed due to the heaviness of Mantrachala mountain, and Lord Vishnu brought back them to life. Then Lord Vishnu directly took this Mantra mountain and placed in the midst of the ocean and told Garuda, immediately you leave this place. As long as you are there, Vasuki cannot enter here, because the demigods and demons, they should use Vasuki as a churning rope. So Garuda left. Then Vasuki came. The demons, they want to hold the front portion, that's head portion of the Vasuki, because always front portion is called auspicious portion and back portion is not auspicious. Demigods, so demons told, you take the back side of the Vasuki. So demigods were holding the rear end of the Vasuki and they are churning milk ocean. So while they were churning milk ocean, because there was no support for this Mantrachala mountain, because it's too heavy, the Mantrachala mountain started sinking into the ocean. This, both the demons and the demigods thought, whatever work we have done is all waste. What is this? The mountain is sinking now. At that time, Lord appeared as a kurma, tortoise, as the resting place, as the pivot for this Mantrachala mountain. On the shell of this tortoise, this Mantrachala mountain was sitting, and they started churning. While they were churning, then this poison started coming out. Then all the Prajapatis went to Lord Shiva, prayed to Lord Shiva, oh Lord Shiva, please kindly protect us. Lord Shiva accepted the prayers and he was ready to consume all the poison. Wife was there, Bhavani. She knew the power of her husband. Therefore, she happily agreed, okay, you can drink the poison. So Lord Shiva collected all the poison in his hand and started drinking the poison. While drinking, some poison fell down. From the poison started coming out poisonous snakes, scorpion and other poisonous things. While he drank the poison, he started holding the poison in his neck. Lord Shiva. Therefore, his neck became bluish. Therefore, he is called Nilakanta. Nila means blue color. Then after this, again, both demons and demigods started churning the milk ocean. Then many things came out from the mountain. So many attractive things came, like Ucheshrava, Airavada, many things both the demons and demigods accepted. The next incarnation is called Dhanvantri. It's called 12th incarnation of the Lord. It's a partial incarnation of the Lord Vishnu, Dhanvantri. While churning, the demigods were churning the ocean, Lord appeared as a Dhanvantri carrying the jug of nectar. He was very beautiful, very attractive. The demons, when they saw this Dhanvantri carrying the pot of nectar, the jug of nectar, immediately they snatched from Dhanvantri, started running. Demigods felt they are cheated. And the demons started fighting one another. Who will drink the nectar first? So when the demigods felt very much morose, because after their hard work, the demons took away the nectar. Of course, both of them should share among themselves equally. That was the agreement. But the demons took away the nectar. So Lord Vishnu appeared, be calm, be silent. Don't be calm. So when they are fighting, Lord again incarnated as a Mohini Murti, that is 13th incarnation. A beautiful woman. Lord accepted the form of a beautiful woman. She appeared there while the demons were fighting. All the demons looked at the beautiful feature of Mohini Murti. They could not even see any other things. They are completely attracted by the beauty of Mohini Murti. Then they chose her as a mediator to give the decision who will drink the nectar first. Then Mohini Murti said, first of all, you should promise me, whatever I say, that's a final decision. All of you must accept without any opposition. If you promise me, then I can give my judgment. All of them agreed to the proposal of Mohini Murti. Then Mohini Murti took the pot, jug of nectar, and the demons gave to Mohini Murti. You distribute. Then Mohini Murti made them to sit, both demigods and demons, in different line. Mohini Murti, Lord, he knew that demons are unfit to drink the nectar. He wanted to serve only to demigods. So Mohini Murti was serving the demigods. The demons thought, oh, Mohini Murti cheated us. While Mohini Murti was serving the demigods, one of the demons called Rahu, and he dressed himself like a demigod and went and sat in between the moon god and sun god, Surya and Chandra. When Mohini Murti saw this demon disguised himself as a demigod, became very angry and cut the head of this Rahu. Although the head is severed from the body of Rahu, he still remained alive because before that he tasted the nectar, therefore remained alive. Then after distributing this nectar to demigods, Mohini Murti showed his real form of Lord. So we have discussed up to 13 incarnation. We don't have time to discuss further. So let us discuss from the 14th incarnation up to the 21st incarnation next class. Thank you. Hare Krishna.